I think it went okay. You just never know though. I feel it went better than the Oxford interview, but I still don't want to be too confident because you just never know with these interviews, because I could have done well for sure, like in the Bath interview, but it could just be that like other people still scored higher and there's a limited number of spaces on the course. So I don't want to be too confident, but it went okay. I think it went better than the Oxford interview. And the panel was so nice. The questions, again, I'm not allowed to give specific details about what questions were asked, but the questions felt a lot more what I would expect from a clinical psychology doctorate interview, whereas the Oxford one felt a bit more like the questions were very specific scenario questions. With the Oxford one, I had trouble answering the questions in the time given, and they didn't really tell me. Like, they let me yap away for the first 6 questions, and then the final 3 questions they were like, okay, because of time, like you've got 10 minutes to answer the last 3, and I was like, oh okay. Whereas with the Bath one, they took the responsibility to keep me on track. They were like, we should probably wrap this question up in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Or they're like, you've had like 6 minutes, like, do you want to just finish up, move on to the next question? Like, they were kind of keeping track of time for me, which I found really helpful. Say as well, like, write down the questions. There's nothing wrong with taking time to think through either. You don't have to like launch straight into your answer. You could spend a bit of time thinking. But it's like when you only have 5-6 minutes to answer a question and you're saying it's okay for me to have time to think and jot down notes, like, how am I actually meant to like do the question justice and answer in like a few minutes, you know? So yeah, it's just, it's such a grueling process. So then, yeah, I was just like really motivated for Bath, and what I didn't do for Oxford was like, I prioritized revising my knowledge and like how would I answer certain types of questions, but I didn't prioritize just practice. And that's so important, just being in interview conditions, giving your answers within a set limited time frame as well. Took on board the feedback from Oxford. I got some practice in with a mock interview. I, you know, focused on my weakness, which was research kind of questions. And I also just took way better care of myself. Like, I was going to the gym more. On the actual day, I felt like I was turning up more like myself, you know, so I felt good. It was online as well, so I just did it from my room, which was nice, not having to like stress about actually going there on the day. You know, you can just join the meeting and then exit the meeting and it's just like over. What else do I want to say? And I also just kind of like did some perspective taking. I had to constantly remind myself and bring myself back to how I was in March, the week of finding out if I got interview offers or not. I vlogged as well, and I said this in the vlog. I was like, I'm just proud of myself for even applying this year, and I know I, you know, did my best with that application, so whatever happens, happens. It's first time applying, and I'm not the kind of person who has strict deadlines in my mind. Like, I don't have a complex around, you know, I'm about to be 26 in June. I don't have any complexes around, oh, by like 30 I want to have done that, I want to have qualified by 30, I want to, you know, have kids by this age, or like traveled the world by this age. I don't even know if I want kids, but like that, but that's how like open-minded I am in terms of my future. I don't have a set idea for what I want my future to look like. I just want to be happy, glowing, thriving. I want to look good, feel good, have money, like literally be around family and friends that I love. I have to constantly bring myself back to that and just be like, if you don't get on this year, it's not the end of the world. And also reminding myself that like, it's just so great that I even know what I want to do. That takes courage to go after what you want. So yeah, I had to constantly bring myself back to that, and just like, you know, your life does not depend on whether you get a place or not. Whether you get a place or not does not determine your value. So I already know the outcome, so I'm about to tell you. This is like the longest tease ever. The actual interview, I felt it went okay. I felt it went better than the Oxford one. I left that meeting and I just felt like this weight off my shoulders, and I felt like, do you know what? I don't care what the outcome is. I'm so happy that's over. I packed away my folders, textbooks, flashcards. I was like, maybe see you next year, maybe not, because I'm done right now. Like, all I need to know is right now I'm done. And I was so exhausted. That night I went to the pub with my family for a drink to sort of celebrate or whatever. I had one drink and I was so tired. I was like, I need to go home. I was asleep by 9 p.m. I was so tired. And by that point I'd started the same as the Oxford interview, where like the initial feeling when you come out of the interview is like, you feel proud of yourself. You're so glad that you did that. It's over. Like, you just feel relieved. And then time goes on, and then the self-critical thoughts start trickling in. You start getting intrusive thoughts, unwanted flashbacks to the interview, remembering how you answered questions, picking yourself apart. So that then set in like Friday evening. I woke up, sorry, Thursday evening. I woke up on Friday feeling sick to my stomach. I dreamt the night before that I didn't get a place. Let me just say that now, because in my family, we do think that I have psychic abilities, because often I dream things and they happen. I didn't get a place. It's not funny. Like, I have to laugh at it. I didn't get a place. So basically, the conclusion is that I'm probably not going to start training this year, because I have a reserve for Oxford, but I don't think they're going to end up offering me a place. I don't think I'm high enough on the reserve list to be offered a place. So basically, what I'm saying is, we go again next year. We go again next year. When I found out, like, I knew because I got an email, not like a phone call. I was so distraught because I didn't even get a reserve, and I felt it went so much better than the Oxford interview. So it's so hard to reconcile, like, what? And then I start questioning like my own levels of self-awareness. I'm like, am I just really unlikable and I don't know? Am I just like fucking stupid and I don't know? Because how was my judgment so off? I was like, that went better than the Oxford one, so surely I'm at least gonna get on the reserve list. And then I just didn't even get an offer. Whoa. Whoa. Whiplash. I've got whiplash. So yeah, I was absolutely distraught. I cried for a solid 3 hours. Oxford, I cried for like 1 hour. Yeah. I was absolutely gutted on Friday, and then just like the support of the people around me has honestly done so much for me, just how supportive the people around me have been. After today, I'm back on, I think, the 6th of June, so I have like 2 weeks off, which is so exciting, and just like it's come at a time where I need it the most. I knew preemptively, like when I booked this time off, that it was going to be much needed after the interview process and the application process to have this time off. Nothing to do with my enjoyment of my role or my team. Like, I really enjoy my role and my team are so lovely and understanding, but during the interview process I like kind of mentally checked out of work, and like I voiced that to my manager as well. I'm like, I'm really struggling to be present with work because, and she was like, that's so understandable, but it's because like all my headspace was going towards the interview and work was just kind of like my head really wasn't in work. I still feel checked out of work, if you know what I mean. So I feel like I need an actual break. So I'm really excited to have the next 2 weeks off and go to Turkey and really just like rest and gather my thoughts, and then I feel like when I come back I'll be refreshed and just way more invested in my role again, because right now I feel, like I said, I'm struggling. The thing is, like, I'm not an anxious person at all. Like, I don't really get social anxiety. I'm not really like a chronic worrier, But that interview and application process, I had anxiety. Like, I could feel it in my body, and I never get that. So I can only imagine if you're someone who is naturally, like, your natural disposition is a little bit anxious, or you're a worrier, or like, it's such a difficult process. So to go from that to just, you know, go back to normal, business as usual, you know, working, it's just, no, like, no, I need a break. I need a break, I need time off. So I'm really, really excited to go away. I'm in my gym clothes because I am ready to go and have an intense leg day. I can't wait. I'm gonna go to, not my usual gym, but like this bodybuilding gym that I like going to sometimes, especially for a leg day. I pretty much only go there for leg days. I've trained back there a few times, but leg day is really good there. So I'm gonna go do that. I haven't done much in this vlog. The next vlog will be more eventful because it will be a turkey vlog. But I still really just wanted to document the Bath interview experience and the outcome of that. Even though it is an outcome that I'm disappointed by, you know, it's important to share not only the achievements, but just every aspect of being on this journey, because I know that I'm not alone in this. I just feel like anyone who's on this path, anyone who's applied this year, whatever sort of stage you got to, regardless, we all deserve recognition, because I think what I said earlier in this vlog is, like, it takes courage to just go for something that you want in life. It's that courage and putting yourself out there that I think is commendable. And also just reminding yourself that everyone is on their own journey and timeline. So just because it hasn't happened this year, it shouldn't deter you from trying again, because if we all just gave up on things when they don't work out the first time, like, no one's gonna get anywhere ever. You know, you can't be scared of rejection. You have to come back stronger and better. So yeah, but thank you so much for following along and watching. Thank you guys for following along and for your supportive comments. And I especially just want to give recognition out to people who watch and are also in the same sort of position as me, because regardless of the outcome, we did really well for even going for it, and we made it. We did it. We made it through. See you next year. I don't want to think about this for a while. Like, let me just enjoy my summer now, you know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. The next vlog will be a turkey vlog. It might not be up for a couple of weeks though, because I'm gonna be away and I'm not gonna have my laptop to be editing and uploading over there. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash a thumbs up down below, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.